Hello, Mr. Aaron, Mr. Ryan, right? So we are given a string of letters, uppercase and lowercase letters, and we want to find out the greatest letter that appears in both cases, right, alphabetically. And if we don't find such letter appears both in uppercase and lowercase, we return the empty string. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. So which letters appear in both uppercase and lowercase?
B, T.
Yeah, and T is bigger than B. So we return the T in uppercase, okay?
B.
And how about this one? Which letters appear in
R, A, and P.
R, A, and P?
Which
so,
is R.
R, so we return R. How do we solve this problem? Any idea?
Brute force. We sort it in order. We sort it from the D to A. The last to the first. And then, so the first one we meet with a capital it and lowercase will be A.
Yeah?
Will be the answer.
Okay, so we
Much quicker.
start checking from Z up downwards to A, right? And the first letter that appears in both cases in the string and we return it, that will be the answer. How many possibilities?
26.
27. If none of the letters appear in both cases, then we return empty string. So
Which is nothing.
okay. So let's check the letters from Z to A. Right? So how do we check the letters from Z to A? ASCII. What's ASCII? Do you still remember?
I forgot all about
Okay,
it.
it's
But
basically
remember we learned it, but I forgot.
it's basically a mapping between the code and the integer, yeah, and the alphabet. Okay, so what's 65? Mapping from 65 to what? 97 to what? Do you still remember?
The 65 I think is uppercase A.
Where down?
And the 97 is lowercase A.
Where down? And then from left to the right, we use the CHR. CHR functions. 65
Sure.
that will give us A. And if we go back this way, ORD. A, that will give us 65, okay? So 65 is A, 66 is B, 67 is C, etc. Okay? And the same goes with this. 98 is lowercase b, 99 is lowercase c, etc. Okay? So for I in range, we start with the 25 up to 0 and decrement every time. Uppercase letter equals CHR 65 plus I, right? Okay? Because this I is from 25 up to 0 decrement. And the lowercase is CHR 97 plus I, right? Now we just have to check if uppercase is in a string and lowercase is in a string, then we return uppercase and then return empty string if we found nothing.
Yup. Yup.
Anything we can improve here? Look, remember S is a string. What's the time complexity here? Particularly speed. To check ON. This is 26 iterations, so that's a constant. So the time complexity is ON. This is ON. Can we make it better? Bless you. Can we make it better?
Yeah. Yes.
If a character in a string, how do we make it? Yeah, we convert it to set, okay? So we convert this to set. Equals set S. So then we make this O1 constant time. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, this one, 6597, it looks like a magic number, right? It's not very nice, isn't it? Right? So we can improve this. So we can just do this. For I in, let's say predefined ASCII, lowercase, underscore, or uppercase, yeah? It is lowercase or uppercase. Let's iterate over uppercase. And ASCII uppercase, this is basically A, B, C to Z, right? And we want it in reverse order. So how do we reverse a thing in Python? The easiest way would be,
Colon -1.
where down? Yeah, colon -1. Then these I will become Z, Y, etc. up to A, right? Now we just have to check. So we don't need these two. Then if I in S, yeah, obviously this S still needs to be converted to set, and I dot lower in S, right? Look, if I is uppercase, if it's in S, and it's lowercase, in S, then we return I, right? And return empty.
Yeah.
Can you guess what's a swap case mean? Lowercase dot swap case. So what does it return? And uppercase dot swap case.
Becomes A.
And uppercase
Capital.
swap case. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what it basically means. If it's an uppercase A, swap case, you become lowercase. If it's a lowercase a, you become uppercase. For I in sorted, we saw the S in the reverse order. So the original set strings in reverse order. If I is in S and I dot swap case in S, if it is in S and its alternative case is in S, then we return I dot upper, right? We are not sure which case is it, but we return upper. Otherwise, we return nothing. Basically, we return the first character that appears in both cases. That's the use case of the swap case. Another diagram, we can use the set. So first of all, we can say uppercase equals X for X in S if X dot is upper, right? So we go through the set, we get all the uppercase letter. And then lowest equals X for X in S if X dot is lower. I deliberately change the lowercase into uppercase, the upper here. I can get a set of both cases. Then I can say uppers and lowers. This is the same thing as uppers dot intersection lowercase. So look at uppercase here, uppercase, and then lowercase. I also change it to uppercase. So the letters that appears in both cases will be in the middle, right? In the middle, that's the both. That's the both. Both are here, right? So now I just have to sort the both. Return sorted both.
Hi.
In reverse, obviously, we need to reverse it. Order equals true. And then the first one, 0, right? If both, else we should return empty string. If there's no such letter that appears in both cases, the both will be none, right? It will be empty set. And we can't solve the empty set. We just return the empty string, right? And if there's at least one element in the set of both, then we sort it and we return the first one in a reverse order. Okay. This is the same thing. If we don't reverse the order, we can use the minus one, right? You can use the minus one to retrieve the last letter, which will be the greatest. Coming back to the last question, what's the thing you learned today? I have to talk about 4 approach.
Problem is we have these letters.
We have what?
Letters.
We have letters. Yeah, we are given a string
Uppercase
of
and lowercase.
both uppercase and lowercase letters. We want to find out the greatest letter
Letters that appear in lowercase and uppercase.
in lowercase and uppercase letter. Okay, so to sum up, we are given a string of letters.
With ASCII.
We're asking
Sorted.
letters. ASCII letters with
Sorted.
both uppercase and lowercase. And we want to find out the greatest letter that appears in both cases, and we'll return the uppercase version of it. I have talked about 4 solutions today, 4 implementation basically. First 2 is actually the same. The third one is slightly different. The fourth one is based on a set.
Yeah, and we sort it to Z to A because we find the greatest thing, letter, that kind of thing.
If we checking from Z to A, we don't need to solve the original letter. Got it?
Sorting them from Z to A and check if they are lowercase or capital.
So we checking from Z to A, and we find the first letter that appears in both cases to return it, right? At the beginning, we need to change the string to set. That takes all time. And then we want do this check, it takes at most 26 iterations. Then that's O1. Okay, O1.
Yeah.
The first two approaches are checking the letters from Z to A. The third approach is sorting the original string, and then we check the both cases. If it appears in the string, then we return uppercase of it. The fourth version is that first of all we get a set uppercase letters. This is lowercase letter, but particularly we change the lowercase to uppercase here because we want to find the intersection. Right? We want to find the intersection. So both is uppercase and lowercase. This is the intersection. Both uppercase dot intersection lowercase. Then we find all the letters that appear in both uppercase and lowercase. Then we can solve the common part and return the greatest part of it. Yeah, that will be it for today. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.